policing the police every single day. And doing what the Charlotte County Sun newspaper and local TV stations won't do every single day.
What? Yes, I have an appointment with Greg Closest to file charges on Gary Snow for harassment.
You have an appointment with a sergeant?
Oh, yeah.
He's a road sergeant. They don't take appointments.
All right, so we made an appointment 11:30 a.m. to be here to file an, okay? Can you contact him that I am here?
Yeah, I can let him know, but I don't know if he's tied up on a call.
Right.
Or what the deal is. So
Right.
Please wear a mask.
No.
Temperature is normal.
Are you guys done with this room?
Yeah, come on, keep going here. We're gonna
No, I like this room where I can keep going. Yeah, because you never know, right? You could have thought I had a gun, shoot me. Yeah.
Look at that.
Enemy 13304 Carousel Drive.
Okay, so I reviewed what you sent me.
Right.
All right, we don't need that, because you and I have already talked about what the
Correct.
definition of harassment. And I talked to him today. I talked to Mr. Snow today, because he left me a message, because he heard about all this going on.
Right.
So he called me, and I talked to him about what was going on,
Right.
and explained where you're at and what you're looking at doing.
Right.
So, and he says that he just wants to leave you alone. Don't take anything other than what I'm just telling you is what he
Right.
said, okay? His major concern, God, I can't breathe with this thing. His major concern is his girlfriend
Right.
and his daughter.
Right.
So he said that that's where his problem is, and
Right.
then he has an issue with you.
Right.
So, and that's what the issue is, other than just trying to hold you accountable, especially since you're running for a constitutional office.
This is past.
Correct. I'm just telling you what I talked about today, so
Correct,
you're aware
yeah.
of what we're talking about. So he said that's why he has done what he's done, is just holding you accountable for your applying for constitutional or running for
All right.
constitutional.
Okay, so that's bullshit.
Okay. Right. That aside,
All right. So and I'm not doing anything to his daughter, and I'm not doing anything to his wife. If she puts her name on a public document, that's her fault.
yes.
And again, like I said, I am not the only one that's looking for him to file stalking, harassment, inciting violence, and etc.
Right.
This starts all the way from Chicago.
Which, I mean, that's irrelevant for here, for Charlotte County.
Right.
For Charlotte County.
Right. I'm just letting you know that I am not the only one. As you saw, Ian got it. The only reason why he didn't get it is because he didn't have the right address. And the cops didn't want to help him get the right address. Isn't that weird? But Andy was arrested soon after that. The other good news is, though...
And he's still in jail, isn't he?
No, did you hear he just pled guilty? He gave up. He finally gave up.
He did?
He did give up. Yeah.
But that was the VOP charge, right? Where he had the firearms in the house?
No, these are federal charges, stalking, harassing, federal charge through phone lines, over state lines, and on the computer over state lines.
Is that where he was allegedly, saying allegedly, but he's pleading guilty?
There's
the
3
seven,
gigabytes.
Dead animals and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty creepy.
correct.
Okay, so this is your application here. So, because what we're gonna do, so here's what we're gonna do is in just a minute, I'm gonna put you on tape.
Right.
And then under oath, and
Correct.
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about why you're applying or not applying, but why you're filing for harassment.
Correct.
So we kind of need to be locked into specifically where we want to start, so
That's
we're showing
correct.
the pattern,
That's correct.
right? So we want to kind of talk about where we're going to start, how our pattern is, and
Right.
where we're at. Talking about if you want to bring in other incidents from other counties, even
Right.
though, like, say the majority of it was in Sarasota.
Right.
Judge here is going to be like, yeah, but that took place in Sarasota, he's got to go up there.
Right.
We'll make reference to it if
Right.
you need to,
Right.
but we need to really talk about what's going on here in Charlotte.
Correct. Correct.
Good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, as you read what my lawyer wrote, it is happening in Charlotte County.
Yes.
He was in my neighborhood, now that I know which cars he has,
Right.
multiple times trying to incite.
Okay, and is that This card.
And
here,
it
that's
doing
his
that,
Okay,
yeah.
so when we get to this one specific, so you and I have talked numerous times. Sometimes you bounce around.
Correct.
So we got to stay on task.
That's correct.
So don't get sidetracked on me.
Correct.
Okay? So when you talk about this, what you're going to need to say is, how you know that's his car.
Correct.
And how you know this is him.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're good with all that?
Not a problem.
All right, what questions do you have at this point before we kick this off?
Let's go, man.
All right. So, and you understand what the procedure is going to be, right? Because harassment's not a warrantless arrest. So
Correct.
I can't go and arrest him today because
Correct.
you gave me a statement.
That's right. You got to
Okay.
submit. Correct.
Yeah, making sure you know all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So, all right. So this is what you gave me the other day, and then this is everything that you gave.
The other
Yeah,
day.
the other sergeant.
Yeah,
So,
what was it,
Which a
Friday?
lot of this is the same as this, just so you know.
That is true.
Yeah, okay.
But like you said, the one big thing you didn't know is, like you said, all this other stuff. I filed against him. Ian filed against
Right.
him. And so that's why I was like, screw that. I'm going to print it all out
Right.
and show you that this has surpassed his fake journalism.
Right.
And again, like I mentioned to you too, the reason why I'm after 8 years of being on a sheriff's ass, well, first of all, he's a public official and is a sheriff. But I actually, and I know after 8 years, when I do ask him a question and I can tell he wants me to break off or something's going to happen because it'll turn into harassment, so I break off.
Right.
Gary Snow does not break off.
And he's saying you're doing, I'm just saying,
Right.
me, he's saying you're doing the same thing.
That not true.
Okay.
Not true.
But I'm not here investigating you.
That is
Okay,
correct.
We're investigating him.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. So I'm not investigating you, but he's saying you're doing the same thing to him. And according to being honest with you, the video, that link that he sent me, going to his house and stuff like
Correct.
that. Perception will kill you. You know,
Correct.
Not
That's
bang,
right.
bang kill you. But
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? It'll harm you.
That it.
So you know.
So to explain that, like I said, we found out where he lived.
Right.
It was to go there to just verify it. That's it. Okay. Do you know what he did in my neighborhood? He went to my neighbor's house to incite him. I'm not going to incite. I'm not going there to harass. I'm not going there to throw flyers.
Right. And what were those flyers again? You told me.
Political type of flyers with a lot of defamation and slander on there.
Okay.
Threw them all over the yard.
Okay.
That is correct. I did try to file charges against this, and everybody acted like a joke. That's freaking littering, man.
Well, it is littering. That's true, and that's what I was thinking. I said you possibly got a littering charge, but slander and stuff. You know, you got to prove monetary loss and stuff like that.
Correct.
That stuff, so.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. So again, absolutely admit I went to his house. We finally found out where he lived, verified it. There's his truck.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's
but,
it.
But then you got out and you walked.
To verify the truck, that's
but
it.
what does perception do?
Okay, I don't care what perception is.
Perception can convict you.
Good. I don't. Dude.
We're just talking. Okay?
Right.
So don't get offended. I'm
All
just
right.
telling you.
Right.
So
It
what
was
I'm
just there to
Right.
go to verify. That's it. That's it.
Because you know he could potentially go after you for the same thing as I'm just telling
Go.
you. That, so.
Tell him to go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
And I don't
Absolutely.
think he wants to do
Go
that.
for it.
You know,
Go
at this
for
point, I
it.
think
Because
he
guess
could-
what? I'm not doing this. I'm not inciting the neighbors. I'm not going to a freaking parade of BLM and saying that I told people who had freaking raped his daughter.
Right.
And that's insane.
Right.
I'm not filing false charges. This is real. You have it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk. Okay. So where do we want to start first, though? Let me pull up your thing again. So where do we want to start first? So we're showing this pattern. You know what I'm saying? What date do you want to start first? Because
Actually, it even started before December
okay.
of last year.
Because here is for your restraining orders, how you're.
That is correct. That's
you
the
said this is
timeline.
from your attorney, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Because he used that wording.
That is correct.
Okay. So you want to start before December 1st?
Oh, actually, yes. When she told me to research, I actually found out because, I never knew who Gary Snow was. I've done this for 8 years.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he shows up around Ian. So I'm like, this is good, this is bad. But then when I saw the videos of what he was doing to Ian, as you saw with Ian's charges of stalking that he filed with the court,
Right.
that's not journalism. Even Ian was like, dude, stop. Telling you to shove dildos up your ass and just all this other stuff.
Right.
Would not stop. Even Ian had the right to ask to stop.
Right.
Okay? And he did not. So anyways, that's why we first found out about him. Then he tried to contact me. That's when I first got his phone number. It took me that long to finally figure out, holy crap, do a reverse lookup. And that's how we found him. Finally, here. So anyways, so that's when I first learned him. He tried to contact me, see if I would help him do crap against the end, publish stuff against the end. I'm like,
Right.
no, I'm already doing my own thing, and no, yeah, because I could tell that it would flip on me.
Right.
And then sure enough, it did flip on me. And then, yeah, I believe he did a couple videos on his channel. He had one channel taken down, a YouTube channel. There's still some videos on his Facebook channel. He's got a new YouTube channel. Half the videos on there are me. So yeah, that's where it started. I'm like, I've never met this guy. Now he's freaking, he's doing videos of me on his YouTube channel. Then I can't even say where I'm going because I am afraid he's going to show up and harass me, okay? All right, and then when I tell him to stop, he does not stop,
But
okay?
you just see him in public settings, right? I mean, you don't like go out to say Outback. I'm just throwing a restaurant. You don't go to like Outback and then he like trying to find you.
Not yet. You are correct.
Okay.
So if I was to post an event, can I take this off? If I was to post an event that
Put it on a chair, you don't
no,
put
this
it
is
on-
all right. So if I was to post an event, I am pretty for sure he would probably show up. So the first time in person, yes, is in December in Naples.
And that
was the open carry fishing. Yes,
I'm gonna write
correct.
on it. Okay, so that's the first one we're going to talk about.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, and then do you still want to go chronological order here? Now we're going to move up to May.
Yeah, that's up to you,
2020.
man. Yeah,
No,
it's right
no,
there.
I just want to.
Yeah.
We want to stay in chronological
Right.
order because if we start bouncing around,
Well,
the state's
That
going to be like,
actually,
what the heck?
that actually is a good point that you say that because remind me to tell you this too. So with the court hearing, he committed perjury all over that
For the
thing.
restraining order.
Yeah, that I tried to get on him.
Right.
So there's perjury in there
Right.
to sway the judge, which it did.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out how I file perjury against him in that, okay? And then, like I said, that's when I found out he's filing false charges here. He knows I didn't freaking tell people to rape his daughter. That's insane. But you're right, I'm off track again. So where are we gonna go? I gotta read
Start
it.
in December.
Yeah, that's right. So we
already.
already.
You can go with it.
Yeah.
Because we're on tape. I don't have you on video. So as we're pointing to things.
Okay, all right. Are we already on tape? You never
Not
did.
yet.
You
No,
didn't
no,
swear me out yet.
No, I haven't.
All right. Okay.
And I haven't sworn at you yet either.
Okay. Yeah, so I did.
we'll start
So,
here.
so after December, after I saw him, he was at the pier. I said, dude, stop, man. I don't know who you are. He's telling people, and I said to kill cops. I did not say that. All right. So then I said stop, and I would go somewhere else. He would do it again in front of people. And of course, people were like, well, you told people to kill cops. I'm like, wow. So he blew that up. I had to go down and talk to a cop, a Naples cop, on what to do.
Is that the picture?
Yes, and he said that's when to file
Okay.
cease and desist.
Right. So here's. Oh, and by the way, since you brought that up, his girlfriend is going to file a cease and desist order.
Right, correct,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Just he told me to tell you that.
Right.
Okay. So when we talk about the December event. So
Why,
what
am I
you're
going to go to jail if she did that?
No, a cease and desist order is just a civil order.
I know. So.
So, okay, so when we talk about this,
Yeah.
we need to stay on track and let's
Yes.
talk about how
Yeah.
the harass, what specifically he said. So,
Yes.
it's, when he said, you're saying, he's telling people.
That I
you're
told
saying
people to
and-
kill
and
cops,
you
yeah.
overheard him saying that? Or
Oh,
did
no,
people
he
say
said it
that?
right to my face,
Okay.
man, with the camera, with the other person standing right
And
here.
then numerous people came up to you and said, why are you telling people that? Kind of chiming in with him, right?
Right.
To cause problems. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was in Venice.
Yes. No, that was in Naples.
Or Naples, I'm sorry, Naples.
Yes.
So, okay, so I was thinking Venice for some reason. So,
Right.
okay, so we're down in Naples. Okay,
Yes.
so that's when the first started, and although it was out of county, this is where, so we're gonna articulate it, this
Yes.
is where this whole thing started. Okay, so then, what's this part right here? Is this?
So this is where the cop told me to do the cease and desist.
Yes.
So I did do the cease and desist and text and email, which I've been finding out lately is like freaking almost worthless. So anyways, unless somebody's breaking the law, and he's doing harassment. So anyways, so he did respond in email, which you guys have, admitting that he got it. Okay, he also did in text, but I have a new phone, and when I transferred the phone, it didn't keep it.
Okay,
So that was done there.
okay, so now we're in Charlotte County.
That is correct. The response to Jason, yes. So this is where he came. This is how I knew something was wrong. I live over on Burnt Store, which is not built out. You know, and I know there's not fiber optic there, and I have all the cameras because of what I do, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I know who's. Because I watch them constantly. I know who's supposed to be there, who's not. When I saw a fiber optic truck there, I was like, we don't have fiber optic.
Right.
And then sure enough, come to find out later, it was Gary Snow going to talk to my neighbor, trying to incite him to start crap again.
Now, did your neighbor tell you that, or that's what you're assuming?
No, he put it on video.
Okay, and
Gary
on
Snow
video,
did.
Gary so says, is he talking face to face?
He's talking face to face to him.
And what's he saying, do you remember?
He's saying, so what happened? What did he do? My neighbor, of course, he's lying, and then I've got the report too of what happened. The only reason why I lost the case against my neighbor, that's actually, I don't know if you know this, that's why COPWATCH started. Had a bad neighbor, took him to court. Ken Hill was a cop that was helping me from here, committed perjury in the case and got it thrown out. I didn't have a lawyer.
Right.
If I would have had a lawyer, if you read that case, I would have won.
Okay.
Period. Everything again was documented on video.
Right.
Okay, he hired Michael P. Haymans. So, anyways, I got killed in that. So here he is. He's bringing up the old case. He's saying lies on it. All my stuff is backed up with video. I know and you know I can't lie. If I lie, that's illegal. I get in trouble. It's backed up with video.
Okay.
So that's how I knew he was there. So he broadcasted it.
Right.
And once I saw it was on video, I of course said, "Oh my God, I'm being stalked," and he's
Right.
with my neighbor. So he's on the side street right next to me, and that's when I realized, like I said, that's why.
That's that date specifically, right?
Yes.
You remember about time?
No.
I mean, it was daylight. So
Yes,
it was
correct,
the same
daylight,
day.
correct,
Okay,
correct.
all right. Okay, so we'll start here. We'll move into this one. We'll
Yes.
start talking about it, and then when and I'm going to ask you some questions periodically in between.
Right.
And then what you need to do is like when you're talking about what he put on the video, from what
Correct.
you recall on the video, because I might not be able to find it and pull
Correct.
it out. But on the video, this is what you recall seeing and
Correct.
saying.
Correct.
So you need to be specific on that, okay?
Correct.
And then, so we'll talk about this incident, and that was with the fiber optics truck and your neighbor.
Yes.
Was it the same neighbor you had
Well-
a problem with before?
It was. That's what I'm saying. Here it was. We're actually kind of decent because to each other now because cameras everywhere. He knows I'm gonna. If you do something wrong, it's gonna go on YouTube.
Right.
And it helped our neighborhood immensely. So that day, I didn't see the fiber optics truck. I think he drove something else, but that's when I knew the fiber optics truck I had, and I didn't document it because I wasn't for sure it was him. But I am
That's when it went ding, 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 and
under oath. I will tell you and he admitted it in court, which we have the audio
that he was
recording.
over there.
Yes.
Okay, and then we were in for that. Hold on.
Yeah, I have the court recording. I bought it, $25. He admitted it in court. Yes, he was all over my neighborhood. In court, he admitted it.
Let's just go with that.
Which one?
The restrainer application. I have it in here. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
it's-
think, or did I put it in that? Just trying to keep it organized. I think I have it over here. No, yours was all typed, right? This is
Yes.
Ian's. All right, what did we just do with it? It got up, walked out on its own.
I can send it again.
No. It's here. We just, there's 12,
That's
13. Like I said, all these are.
I know. It was a bunch of papers. I didn't have a stapler.
Killing a lot of trees here. Now it's gotta look the same, that's why. Here we go. Okay, so this was the day that you came in for the restraining order that, it was recorded about what he said, right? So you can refer to this.
Yes.
Here's what I'm telling you. So we don't have the recording here in our hands. So
That
what
is
you're gonna
correct.
say is when we talk about this and say, and when you applied for an injunction, this case number here,
Yes.
this is where there is a recording.
Yes.
So we're gonna refer to this number.
Yes, that's
You
fine.
get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now we're showing a trail
Yes.
to that recording.
That
okay?
is correct.
So
Yeah,
let's
he
not lose
admitted
this.
it. He admitted it
Let's not-
in court. That is
Let's not
correct.
lose that. Okay, so we'll talk about that, which this is actually documented after the fiber optics truck, right? From my understanding, what you said. Because you said this is when it all came together in your mind.
Yes, yes,
So the
that was
fiber
him.
optic
Yeah,
truck-
that day he could have had the fiber optic truck or his regular car. I'm not sure, but that's when it clicked. That was him, and sure enough, come to find out later, when I stopped by just to see if it was his truck.
Right.
That's all.
Okay. Well, I told you perception.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
All right. All right.
I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, yes, this was crazy. So after this video, he posted a video on his Facebook channel where he was out doing fiber optics in Immokalee, and he did a video of an alligator pit out in Immokalee, and he said, if you ever need to dump a body, this would be a great space. After he posted this video.
Right, and you feel that...
Yes, that was a threat. Yes,
okay.
because he knows that I watch his stuff, and he watches my stuff.
Okay.
So yes, that did not make me feel safe after that statement.
All right, so then you're going to talk about that. And say,
Yes.
And then you're going to build into this and say, you know, and approximately 10 days later, don't
That
know
is
the
correct.
exact date, you saw this site come up, and you felt that he was directly talking about you.
That is correct.
Okay, all right, so now we're going to go to June 5th.
That's correct. Oh yeah, okay, that's the George Floyd protest. Okay,
Okay.
so like I said, I was there. I was hoping he wasn't going to be there because he was up to at all the other ones, and he was trying to incite in Naples, Fort Myers. Okay, it was crazy, right? So I was hoping he wouldn't come up here. I go to mine here, and then oh my God, there he is, and on video, he's literally hinting to people. I gave out the address for people to rape his daughter. He's trying to incite. I'm like, dude, get away.
So on this date, being specific,
Yes.
he was telling people and you overheard him saying it.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
he's chased me around saying that.
Okay.
It
And
was
there's video
crazy.
for that
Yes,
too, right?
yes.
I know there's video probably out there. So
Yes.
okay. That you can provide if
Yes.
the state says,
Yes.
I need all those specific links at,
Yes.
at another time.
Yes,
You can,
not a problem.
okay, we can do it. Okay, all right.
Yes.
So and that was the Black Lives Matter one.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk about that where he's inciting other people to also come against you and cause problems.
Correct, yes. And I asked him to stop, and he kept chasing me around saying it. He only stopped when I finally went up to the sheriff's two guys was there, Kenville and
Yeah,
what's his
Major
face,
Kenville
and I was like,
Wesley.
tell him to stop. I did not do this. I've done cease and desist, and finally he kind of stopped after that.
Okay, so I want to cover that part. So when you're there at the meeting,
Yes.
he's actually like following you around. You're saying, "Quit following me."
Yes, yes,
Saying,
on
"Quit
video,
following-"
on
Yeah.
video,
Okay,
on
okay,
video.
perfect.
Yeah, not a
Okay.
problem.
All right, so then June 27th. Now we're going to move into this. So let's get past that. June 27th. Response. Go to the response. So, and then, is this the video you have where he's walking down the street and he's taking video of your house and you can hear him talking? And I think he said something like, "And this is."
No, actually, that video is here.
That was me. Not
That
this when
yeah.
he's walking on your.
This video is this one.
Oh, okay. And here you're going to have to be specific and say, let's talk about what the flyers are, but you're going to say on this date, you saw this Kia, and then, you know, you found later that
Right.
he has a vehicle just like that.
That is correct.
And
how do I know it's him?
yes.
Do you know how I know it's him?
How do you know it's him?
Okay, the reason why we know it's him, he was at the cop sucker rally. Can I say that on tape? He was at the cop sucker rally, so we have video and pictures of him
Right.
with his black shirt. It's got a black shirt. We already know that he's got the tats on the arm.
And you're going to be specific about the tag.
Yeah, some kind of flag thing coming down. He's got pictures of video of that all over online and from that event. And the time that he came back by was after the event.
Gotcha.
All of it's
So
documented.
say what would happen if you got elected.
Right.
Are you going to call these people cocksuckers then?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe yes. Because this crap's got to stop, man.
Okay,
It really does.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So be specific about the tattoo and stuff. Because
Okay.
you got to be real specific.
Yes.
Because the judge is going to say, so there's not other white males that drive that with potentially a tattoo?
Yeah, okay, so let me
You know what I'm
finish.
saying?
So let me
Yeah,
finish
go
with
ahead.
this. So what happened is after we got that video and we saw the flyers, we couldn't believe what happened. I contacted other auditors that he has stalked and harassed,
Right.
okay? And I sent them this, and I'm not going to say which person sent it back, but somebody knows somebody. They said, yep, that's him.
Okay.
Here's somebody ran his plate. It's him.
Okay, all right. And I want to know that. 'cause
All right,
that
correct.
person will get in
Yeah,
trouble.
correct, yeah.
Right. Okay, let me just read it, make sure. And the flyers, do we say on here what the flyers stated?
Those
It
flyers.
says a pending case with FW Fish and Wildlife.
Correct.
Do you remember, do you have pictures of those anywhere?
They're at the house.
Okay,
You
that's
are
fine.
correct. Yeah, I can get
You've
that.
got my email address. Email
Yes.
that to me, and what I'll do is, even if you don't get it to me for a couple
Right.
days, I can do a supplement and send it
Right.
over.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because you've been bad at when I tell you to email me, you don't email.
I swear I'm doing it, dude. I swear. Okay. Okay, you're making fun of me. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's okay. The FWC, yes. In fact, actually, I'm dealing with that right now. So what he did is you know, since I'm married to an Asian lady, we have fruits and vegetables all over our yard. We have like a mini farm in our yard, right? So I do trap the crap that's eating our crap. The squirrels are eating our crap, the rats are eating our crap, possums are eating our crap. I trap them. And the traps happen to be next to a camera. All right. The reason why I post videos of little critters getting trapped is one of the most famous YouTube channels on YouTube. He has 1,300,000 subscribers. Is a trapper. Right. I figure people want to see trapping, okay? So I post the videos. So he called Fish and Wildlife and told them that I'm maiming animals. Jesus Christ, man. So we're trying to get the records on that right now.
Okay. Has anything been done on that you're aware of?
We are trying to get records right now. They don't want to be on his false claim. He's saying I knowingly did stuff. I'm just
animals?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus.
So that's an ongoing investigation.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
Okay.
Last one.
Yeah, this is where she was just saying, yes, he has a right to the First Amendment, but even she states, as you found out here.
Hold on 1 second. Just the boss. Hey. Yeah, I'm getting a statement from him right now. Yeah, that has to do with the city. So I think he's actively working that case with the city. Like your poll.
Oh yeah, that was bad, dude. Jesus. Did you see it? He fucking assaulted me. Again.
Yeah. Oh, again? I haven't seen that. Yeah, I'll ask him about that, LT. And ask him what he's, what the gist of that one is. But we were talking about this harassment case is what we're working right now. Yes.
Can you ask him if I'm getting trespassed?
From where? Hold on. Getting trespassed from where?
If there's any trespass, Paul Stamolis just said to my face he's hinting trespass.
Oh, is he getting trespassed? Okay, he says as far as he knows.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right, thanks, Mike. Do you want to get trespassed?
I'm just a reporter, man. So yeah, yesterday, I don't know if you heard about that, was crazy. Fucking assaulted again.
Right, the same one that you just dealt with in the old courthouse?
No, this time it was the library, and in voting right, I have the right to be there to inspect.
The library where?
The library on Forest Nelson.
Oh, okay.
I have the right to be there and inspect them shutting down.
Right.
Okay, no voters. I have the right to inspect. Right. They freaking wouldn't let me in and lock the doors. It was crazy. So I'm at the door trying to record what I can through the crack, because when it's voting rights, my rights, voting rights trump all, all 15 rules and all that crap, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm recording that they're not letting me in. He knows I'm at the door. I'm talking to my friend on the phone. I'm next to the door. I'm looking through the crack. He freaking threw open the door, hit me, knocked my camera off, right. And in fact, he messed the video up where he did it. He hit me so hard. It was crazy. I had to call the cops.
And what happened?
Actually, they're right. I couldn't show him crack because the video's on here. Right. So he said, okay, send it to me later because I couldn't. The video's on here. And so yeah, now he's got it. I tried to file a complaint today with Paul. Do you know what Paul did on video? Stamolis, election supervisor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He's like, you can't record in here. I'm like, I'm not, man. Are you kidding me? That would be illegal. So anyways, that's funny. But anyway, so he's threatening me for making a complaint, in my opinion. That's sad. Okay, so like she even said here, in which we discussed.
She's talking about him, saying
so you have the right to free speech and to be a supposed reporter, but you don't have the right to harassment. Yeah. And again, like I said, that's why I believe I have not been arrested for doing stories on the sheriff yet, because when I get my question, I know there's a point where I can tell he will freaking shoot me. Okay?
Well, he's not going to do that.
Or tase me.
No, he's not going to.
He's going to let a dog eat me. Okay, whatever. Okay.
Okay, so we're getting off track again. Okay, so I'm with you. Okay, so
now what happened after this? So now he went to court. Okay, now this is new. Now he went to court. He freaking committed perjury.
We went to court after June?
Yes.
Like you've been, what is today, the 17th? So you've been to court between the 27th and the 17th?
Yes.
Holy moly. Okay, what was the court about? That was the
Okay, so that was taking him to court for the stalking, okay? That's when I said, like I said.
Restraining order.
For stalking. Yes, restraining order.
Okay.
You are correct. So this is where it went totally south. A friend of mine that I did...
this case.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So a lawyer that did help me to beat one of your cases on my stalking, she was good, Marissa Boyson. She gave me to this new lawyer, paid her money. She's supposed to do her job, right? Okay. So we get into court. Gary's there with nobody. He's got a crap load of freaking documents, and well, it's sad, man. She did not defend me.
Okay.
In fact, we're going to file bar complaints against her. It was so bad. Did not defend me. It turned into a circus, hour and a half for a stalking case.
Right.
They let Gary Snow go nuts for an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
The judge went crazy. We're going to file ethics on the judge because she let it turn into a circus. So anyways, here's a good part.
I just get the date on this.
Here's a good part. In court, he committed perjury multiple times. Multiple times to sway the court, to sway the judge,
Right.
which it did. We lost. The good part is, we got it on audio. He freaking committed perjury.
Right.
By the way, how do I get him on perjury? Who do I file that with?
Yeah,
Lee County Court? Lee County Sheriff?
You know, I mean, and that's where it was, right? So the jurisdiction's
Yeah.
down there.
He knowingly lied multiple times.
I would call the courthouse before you go down there.
Right, right.
Call the courthouse and just let them know that during a restraining order, thing,
Yeah.
after being sworn
Oh,
in,
perjury,
yeah,
man.
Perjury was
Oh,
done.
yeah, absolutely, all day.
See what they say.
So that's when I found out I was under investigation here. By the way, that court date was so chaos. When he brought up those papers, basically he George Floyded me. Do you know what that means?
Do I want to know?
Okay, so the people say George Floyd should have died because of all the crap that he did before, right? So that's what he did to the judge. Look at all this stuff he did to the police, reporting on their corruption. That's bad.
Right.
I was George Floyded. Okay? So that's what he did. He swayed the judge, and yeah, I was crucified. I lost. But the good part, he committed perjury, the bad part, and the good part. That's where I learned I was under investigation here. It was such chaos when he gave her the papers that I was under investigation. Did you know I didn't even get to look at it? The judge took it. I didn't even get to look at it. I had to go back to pay for it.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and that's when I came here and found out it was all bullshit. Sorry.
No, that's all right. This is showing, this is when you've got it signed, but is this attesting that the case was on the 22nd? So
Wow,
not
did
before-
somebody write this wrong?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So
Wow.
this actually took place before this. So we need to do, let me write this here so we don't get out of. I'll call him back. And that was in Lee County though?
Yes.
Okay, order. All right, so that way we know that's July. You're right, I was thinking June, so we're actually there. You're correct, you're correct.
Okay,
So-
all right.
So I was seeing it wrong, okay. So 7/22, gotcha.
So in court, that's when I started finding out all the stuff he was doing. The FWC thing, that's,
Oh,
yeah, if you gotta go, oh man, that's a Chandler, man, are you sure?
That's all right.
And that's when in court, that's when I found out everything. The false complaint to FWC, that's when I asked FWC before, when he said on a video that he turned me in
Right.
for doing what every person in Florida does, traps.
Right.
So anyways, they said I went on an investigation. This time when I asked, we're not going to give you the evidence. I'm like, you motherfucker. So he made a false complaint there. Found out about that in court. Then I found out when in court, he made a false complaint here, telling people that he told people to rape his wife. That is absolute bullshit.
Well, is that the one that's all in here that you're talking about, that false complaint, where he wrote?
Yeah, that I told people to rape his daughter, even though the title of the video clearly states what it's about. It's about taking him to court for stalking, harassment, and whatever else you want. Because nobody could find him.
This one?
Yes, that is
correct.
correct.
But it doesn't say you said you're gonna rape his wife. I think here it just says it takes pictures of
Yeah,
your
that's-
average underage daughter. So when he came in here and said that, that's why this was just basically an investigation or an incident, not a.
But
crime.
again, you know what he's trying to do. And in fact, then, like I said, it gets better. So we found out about this. This is false. He's trying to insinuate something I
Right.
absolutely didn't even come close. Okay. Then we come to find out after I did this story, because it's a public document, then his wife came in here and said that I illegally got the papers, illegally posted them without her saying. And again, did they drop these people on her head? Once you're in the government database, you're fucked.
Right.
It's public document. So then she makes a false complaint that I falsely got him, falsely posted the information. If you never filed it, you would not be out there.
Right.
And again, I think the fear is that they've hid for years and nobody knew where they live because there's so many people that he has violated their rights. It's not even funny.
But that's all hearsay.
That's actually documented.
Okay.
It is documented.
So that's something that you can produce later.
Oh my God, yes. It's not in here. He produced it in court. He took my information and all the other auditor that you might have heard while they were here, Rogue Nation and all the other guys. He took all of our information, made it into like a quasi-bolo, and like he's a cop. He went all over Southwest Florida, the government buildings, the police station, and the sheriff, and said, we're bad people and what we're doing is wrong, and here's all their information. And put it on YouTube and Facebook.
Gotcha. So
No, this is documented. I'm not the only one. I'm not.
Let me call my boss.
All right.
Because he called me.
All right,
Let me see if
correct.
he wants to hear this.
All right. Maybe that's the trespass.
That had to do with the other case. So
All right, so I'm not
you're not as of right now. You're
All
not
right.
trespassing.
Yeah. Oh, he
I feel
absolutely.
sometimes you're working on it.
He absolutely insinuated that. Oh, big time.
All right.
While I'm filing a complaint against him, isn't that really sad?
Well, you know.
You know
you're
what?
You're in that line of work. Sometimes you get in the line.
I don't know any other reporters that says harassment. Come
I'm
on.
sure there's been a few. Over
You
the
sure?
years. There has to have been.
Oh, like
You're not the first.
I'm just
You're
kidding.
not the first.
I'm just kidding. How many years is he going to get, you think?
Well, I don't know.
All right.
I didn't even know he pled.
That's a federal offense,
I
man.
didn't know he pled. So
Yeah, he did, and we got the pleading. Just posted the video the other day.
let me make sure I got this right here. Facebook.
And like I said, all the supplementals you want, I can get you more. I wasn't sure where this was going to go, so you got what you got right now.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely not the only one. He did this crap too.
Bear with me.
Do
There we go.
you know why they know about this car? He
Why,
was
who?
chasing Gary's car. He was chasing one of the auditors down the highway with a bullhorn,
In
harassing him on the
that?
highway.
In that?
Yes,
Oh.
that's how they got the plate to the car. He's been to all not half the auditors' homes. He's been there.
Right.
Yes, real deal.
Right.
I heard there was an auditor in Tampa named Rice Krispie. I heard that he possibly threatened his
Rice
wife.
Krispie? Like
Yeah, they
cereal?
call him Rice Krispies. Yes,
Oh,
literally.
Rice Krispie.
Right.
Okay,
I
that's
literally heard rumor that he threatened to do stuff to his wife. And this is one more thing. Can I tell you before we start?
Yes.
There's one more thing. On video,
On video.
he literally talked about how he's gonna talk about my daughter up north and
Oh,
what
your daughter.
my daughter up north and what happened with that. He doesn't have a clue what happened. Okay, so he was talking about doing a story in that. Then you already know about it.
What does your daughter have to do with anything?
Exactly. Sadly, that did not end well with me and my ex, so I'm kind of like cut off because she likes mommy more. But anyways, and then he literally on video, Greg, he literally is talking to my dad and the new wife and daughter that took over.
Oh. And see, and those are things that we need to address as harassment.
That-
when you talk about anything.
That's why I thought I forgot to tell you.
But what I would say at this point
Right,
is, because he's a suspect in a criminal case,
right.
you do what you want, you're a grown man. But I
Correct.
would just leave him alone at this point, and
Right.
if he continues, it's just building your case
Right.
with how he's doing things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes, that's.
But if you go to his place, even though it's in Lee
Of
County.
course, I'm not. Greg, it was
Obviously,
one time to
there you go.
verify
One
the
time,
truck. I don't
100 times.
care.
One time is still
Guess
guilty,
what? I
right?
don't care. I
I
can go
know.
verify it. I'm not going to his neighbor house and saying, hey, did you know he's a fucking asshole?
True, but I'm just telling you, one time or 100 times, right?
All right, there you go. There you go. Dude, Greg, it's not wrong. It's go there to verify and get out. And that's what it was. You watch the video. Guess how many minutes I was there? Like 3 minutes. Thank you.
It wasn't long. But
Correct.
That's a cut video.
Good. I'm happy.
All right.
Yes.
I'm trying to find this thing. So
It's called record.
No, I know, but I'm not seeing it. It's actually an icon I have on here. Electronics, they can get you.
So again, that's why they're freaking out, because nobody found him until now.
Right. Well, I don't think he wants to bother you anymore, so.
But so I'm just supposed to forget everything that he did to me?
I'm not saying that at all.
Right, correct. And like I said, it wasn't just me, it was many others here and other states.
Shouldn't be this complicated. We delete it. Not finding it. That's the weirdest thing.
Usually it's a red button.
It is, but it actually, it's a recorder. I normally have it. Messages. If not, I'll do another one, so it's not a big deal. Because I've done a couple upgrades on this thing, so.
Mm.
Really. Under my tools, but I don't see it anymore.
It's not in applications?
Yeah, it's normally. Delete it. All right, give me a second.
All right.
Hang in there.
Yeah,
And then this is what, you can read that, that's what
That's
I'm gonna, before I tape you.
that's
what
my
we're-
rights.
Well, no, that's not your right.
Do I actually have rights here in Charlotte County?
Well, you're not a suspect, so, but if you want me to read them to you, I will.
All right.
Okay. So,
Got it.
so there we are, all right, so let me take a look at that.
So as you heard, there's so much. So I mean, if we forget something, I mean, it's up to you, or I mean.
Right. Time.
Well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I will send you, look at me, I will send you this, then you'll remember everything I said. If we forget
That's
something
true,
doing
That's
this.
true. Boy, I'll be listening a long time. We
That-
got sidetracked a few times, didn't we?
Well, you brought up the good point, and so did my lawyer. This is not freaking journalism, this is harassment. You can go and get your story, but then when he says stop, multiple times, you
Right.
gotta stop.
What's your birthday?
4/14/65. I can give you you want my card?
Yeah, because
I thought all your
I want your
information.
DL number too, is what it wants.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, no credit card.
Can I use your current address, because it asks for it?
Yes.
Okay. It's not a credit, I'll take the credit card.
No,
No?
there's no money.
Oh.
If I become
Run
a
your own
sheriff,
business.
if I become a sheriff, are you kidding me? In 8 years, you can become a millionaire? Did you see this? Did you see this?
In 8 years,
Finance?
you can become a million? No, I don't check on my boss.
Okay,
I
yeah,
like my-
financial.
I like my boss.
Okay, financial statements. He started off at 350,000. He is at 1.3 million right now.
Wish I was at that.
I know, right?
So I like my boss. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna bash him.
All right.
So I guess I'm a cocksucker.
I know. He's a felon. He has a legalist gun. Come
No, I
on.
don't believe it. So
Okay,
we'll
it's
go on
real.
with this. Okay, so
Okay,
let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Let me get this one because we need to know what time it is. All right. Okay, the time is 12:13 p.m. This statement is in reference to case number 2006-003365. The location of this interview is 7474 Utilities Road, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Headquarters Office. I'm Sergeant Gregory Colosis, Deputy Sheriff for Charlotte County, Florida. The person being interviewed is Andrew Bryant Sheets. His date of birth is 4/14 of 1965. His or her current address is 11408 Pepperdine Street, and that's in Punta Gorda, Florida. And his DL number is S as in Sam 320-002-651340. Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol at this time, sir?
I am not.
Okay. Do you know the meaning of perjury?
Yes, I do.
You want to tell me what it is in your own words?
Don't lie.
Okay. What could it also be?
Actually, go ahead and explain.
Okay. Perjury can be committed by telling lies or omitting information while under oath. Perjury is a crime in the state of Florida. Do you understand what I just explained to you about perjury?
Correct.
Okay. Prior to taking this sworn statement, I'm going to place you under oath. So if you would, raise your right hand.
Correct.
Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So at this time, what we're going to talk about is you're here filing a case of harassment
Correct.
against a William Garrett Snow.
Correct.
And this has been an ongoing event that you've been talking about that started back on December 1st of 2019.
You are correct.
Okay, so what happened at that time in 2019 on that specific day, December 1st?
All right, what happened is I was at an open carry fishing event, and that's where if you're hunting, camping, fish, you can have a gun in public. So not only am I doing a story on that, but yes, I'm also supporting that.
And where was that at?
That was in Naples Pier.
Okay, so although it didn't take place in Charlotte, this is just showing how
Where-
this has started.
Yes, that is
Okay,
correct.
Okay.
All right, so when I was there, I got to the beginning of the pier, and there sat Gary Snow. I said, oh my God, great.
Did you
And
know Gary at that time?
I did from watching videos with Ian McGuire,
Okay.
and he did try to call me,
Okay.
and I did not want to help him. He also was already making videos about me.
Right, so the person in question that we're saying is Gary Snow, which you saw or seen in video.
That is correct. This is actually the pier right
Okay,
here.
so what that is you provided a photo of a subject known as Gary Snow in a blue shirt with a camera videotaping you.
That is correct.
Okay, all right, so that's, and you knew him from other videos, so you identified
That is
him
correct.
by him identifying himself.
That is correct.
Gotcha, okay, all right, let's go ahead and go on with
All right, so when I saw him, I of course I'm talking to people there. He started walking up and filming me, questioning me. You know, he's saying, so do these people know that you told people to kill cops? I'm like, dude, I did not say that. Stop it.
Okay, so when you're talking about these people, these are other people. How big of a crowd do you think there was at that
Okay,
time?
for that event, there's maybe, I will admit, not many, maybe I think 20.
Okay.
And by the way, again, almost everything we're going to be talking about today is documented on video. Okay, there you go.
So there's a site.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was it called? COPWATCH was at Naples, Florida, open carry audit. The cops passed. Did we find a unicorn?
And this was all on YouTube.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right. Okay, so at that time, so now he's telling other people.
That is correct. He's telling people that I supposedly told people to kill cops. Not true. That is turning off the people that are there for the event. That sadly don't be. Some of them were copsuckers. Okay, so anyways, so they're like, oh my God. So then I had to move to another area to try to get away from him. I asked them to, stop it, quit following me, quit
And
saying.
it was him specifically, or was it the other people?
It was him specifically. Would not stop.
Okay. So he's following you around, and how far do you think you went to get away from him?
Each time was probably 15 to 20 feet away. Because there was enough regular people on the pier, plus people that were there for the event, that I could go to somebody else.
Right.
And then he would follow me there, and he would start it again.
And you're asking these individuals on what they feel about Florida state statutes?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
I'm doing a story, and I am open carrying.
Yes.
I was carrying a BB gun.
Were
So
you?
anyway, yes, just to press the point. So anyways,
Sidetrack.
yes. So anyways, so it got to the point where when he wouldn't stop after like 2 to 3 people walking down the pier, because I keep trying to get away, there's a cop at the end. I go to the cop, I go, what do I do to stop this? And that's when he told me about cease and desist.
Gotcha.
Tell him to cease and desist, tell him an email, tell him text, whatever you got to do. And that's when I told him, and after that, I did tell him in email, which he verified. He responded back, and in text he verified and responded back. I don't have it on my phone anymore because I got a new phone.
Okay. All right. So he responded where you were saying, just leave me alone. You're just
Yes.
there trying to do your story, and
Correct.
he's trying to incite people against what you're doing.
Heck, I forgot about that. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
He was trying to incite.
Right.
Okay,
And how did you feel during this?
I felt threatened. I forgot to mention this before we talk.
Okay.
This was so bad, they called the cops on him.
Who's they?
People on the pier.
Now, was Naples PD already down there?
Yes,
for
they
this
were.
event?
Yes,
so,
they
so
were.
they just waved him over and said, come on over here. 'Cause
Well, actually, there was one undercover, and it got so bad that they called, and they had to have plain clothes. In court, as we discussed later, he's telling the court that I called the police myself just to get video of that. I'm not that stupid and desperate.
Right.
Other people called because it was that bad.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I felt threatened, absolutely.
okay. So then at what point when you finally, the officer got intervened, is that when basically it kind of stopped?
That is kind of when it stopped. You are correct. The police were called because of him, and I talked to the cop on cease and desist. That's when he finally started to stop.
Okay, all right. So then, now let's move ahead. So this happened down in Collier County,
That is correct.
but we're just showing this pattern. So
That
now
is correct.
we're up to May 9th of this year,
That is correct.
and we're going to talk about, you were at your home, which was that Pepperdine Street address
That
in
is
front of
correct.
GORDA.
That is correct.
And what happened on that day?
So what happened is I have a lot of cameras because what I do is controversial report for COPWATCH, and so I found Gary Snow, my neighbor, on the street right next to me. And later that day, I found he posted a video. He met with my neighbor, who
Gary Snow posted?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Who I sadly have had problems with in the past for a long time ago for stalking. I lost the case. I didn't have a
That was your
lawyer.
neighbor we're talking
That is
about.
right. I lost the case. I did not have a lawyer. My neighbor did get a lawyer, and I lost the case. But if you read that case, it was all legit, all documented. Okay, this wasn't making up stuff.
Okay.
So he posted a video where he's sitting with my neighbor, asking him, "So what happened? You know, why did
So
you?"
he's interviewing him as to the prior incident with your neighbor.
That
which
is
what-
correct.
Gotcha.
That is
All right,
correct.
okay.
And my neighbor is making false statements to him,
On
which
this date? the
yes,
okay.
and which he posted on YouTube as the truth. And again, it was all lies. Everything is documented.
So what he was saying was in contradiction to
Oh,
what I said.
absolutely,
Okay, can you
absolutely.
remember anything any specific then?
That he wasn't stalking me, which is absolutely false. If you read the report and the videos that we have, it was insane what was happening.
Okay, all right, so let's just make sure that we're on here. So, and then at that day, do you recall what he was driving that day?
Actually, thank you for mentioning it. Okay, that day, I did not see the exact vehicle he was driving, but I had an idea that, as I stated to you before, I was seeing a truck in the neighborhood because I watch my cameras all the time. I know who's supposed to be there, who's not. That was a fiber optic truck.
And
We live.
Can you describe that vehicle?
It is a work truck with a trailer behind it for fiber optics.
There's a lot of different type of work trucks, so
Oh.
let's be real specific.
Okay, it's a work truck with a pick. What do they call it? A picker on it? A thing that
Or
goes up in
it's
the
got
air?
the lift
Yeah, it's
on it?
got the lift on it.
Okay, and what color is it?
White.
Do you know what brand it is?
I do not. I
Okay,
I do
so it's
not.
got the lift bucket on it.
And it's a white truck. That is
and
correct.
it's marked with,
Possibly Comcast. I've heard he works for He's a freelance fiber optics guy.
okay, but it says specifically fiber optics on it.
Not sure. Okay. So the reason why, the other reason why I do believe that it's fiber optic is because the trailer he's pulling, because I'm a tech guy, I can tell it's a clean room trailer for hooking up fiber optics. You got to have clean room when you're joining that sucker together. And I know that's what he does. So when they made that video, that's when it clicked.
Hold on. Is there fiber optics in your neighborhood?
No.
Okay, all right, so there's no fiber optics, so for this to be there, would it be normal for someone to go in there
No.
and solicit?
No. No.
Because how much would it cost to put fiber optics in one house?
Insane amount.
Okay,
Insane amount.
okay.
Insane amount.
Now go to where you were going, so.
Okay, so that's when it clicked that, oh my God, I've seen the fiber optics in the truck and in the neighborhood, and it was probably him. I did not know about the other car that we're going to talk about later. So, you know, who knows how many times that was in the neighborhood.
Right, so you weren't aware. Okay, so. And what we're going off is basically a statement that you had provided prior for a restraining order when you applied in Lee County for a restraining order against him. So that's what we're referring to.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what my lawyer wrote. Correct.
Okay. So then, several days later, whether it's 10 days or ever how many,
Correct.
not exactly knowing, you saw, what did you see?
Okay, so on his Facebook page, he posted a video. Apparently, he was out doing fiber optics in Immokalee. He posted a video of a gator pit, and he said if anybody needs to, I think.
What's the name of his site that you see him working off of?
I believe it's called the People's Patriot. This is
People's
Gator
Patriot?
Pit.
Okay, and he actually runs that site?
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so you had looked at that site,
that's correct.
okay, and exactly, again, what did you see?
Okay, so well, actually, they wrote it here. He actually wrote on the video, need to get rid of a body, come on down to Florida's Gator Pits. And this was 10 days after he was just at my neighbor's house.
Right.
So it doesn't say my name, but that, how many people say that? I mean, you know what I mean? So that happened 10 days after he was at my neighbor's house. That did not make me feel safe at all.
And now, is there any banter going on between the two of you between December of 2019 and May, say, 20th at this point? Is there any online bantering going
Absolutely,
on? Okay.
absolutely.
And what is the gist of that?
Basically, he's saying that he's reporting.
Right.
I am reporting.
Right.
I report the truth. That's why I have not been sued in 8 years.
Right.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so there was banter going on online.
Anything towards you where he's making any statements against you in these that are accusatory or harassment based?
Actually, yes. That's when I found out he supposedly called FWC and told them that I was illegally. That's later in this one.
Right. So
but that did happen in this area. You are correct.
Okay.
In fact, near this the video where he's here talking with my neighbor on video, and my neighbor's lying, and he broadcasts it like it's all the truth, and it's not. All right. He was also, I forgot to mention this, in my neighbor's yard, right behind my fence where the traps are, taking pictures and video. Oh yeah, absolutely. So yes, in my opinion, he's making false statements to FWC that I'm doing something illegal with trap. I'm getting rid of varmints because we grow a lot of fruits and vegetables. Period.
On your property?
Yes, on my property.
Gotcha.
All legal.
Okay, so you're trapping and releasing, is that what you're doing?
I'm trapping and relocating, and maybe somebody else is having it for lunch. I don't know. But anyways, I feed the birds.
Okay.
Large birds.
Okay. So there's still banter going back and forth.
Yes.
And then an FWC complaint is made. Where did we put that?
FWC was where he wrote it in that one document.
Okay. So then now.
That was going on. Also around this time too, he made a video about how he was going to talk to my daughter up north and tell the truth of what happened with us, and I was like, wow.
And what was he in reference to on that?
So sadly, it did not work out with me and my daughter and my ex.
What was he wanting
He's hinting that
how you are as a father?
Yes, I'm a father, I'm a bad father,
so
this.
now he's not talking about you as a reporter, he's talking about you as personal, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Then it got worse. He talked about how he's going to talk to my father's new wife and father's new wife's daughter about all the bad things we've done to my father, which is a total lie again. So it's getting real personal at that point.
Okay, hold on, I'm just going to check. I see it beeping, but I want to make sure we're still going. Okay, we're still good. Okay, so now we're going to move up to June 5th.
Yes.
You attended a protest for George Floyd, which was here in Punta Gorda on that date.
That's correct.
And Mr. Snow approached you at that time. And what happened during that particular event?
So again, almost all of this is documented on video. I could not believe what was happening. I didn't know if he was going to be there for sure because it is kind of far for him to drive, but he was there. And he started walking up behind me while I'm talking to other people and saying, insinuating and inciting that I put his daughter's picture out there with the address so people could possibly rape her, do harm to her. I was floored. People are looking at me like, what the, what?
And this was a pretty decent sized event.
Oh my God, 1,000 people. I mean, I'm participating and I'm doing a story. I'm doing interviews too. So then I'm running, I'm telling him, cease and desist, stop, this is not true. So I would go to another area of the protest. He would follow me there. He did the same thing again. People again are looking at me like, what? And I didn't do that or say that. Didn't do that or say that. Didn't even come close. All right? So then I finally had to go to Major Kenville and somebody else that was there with the sheriff and tell them, please tell him to stop. Cease and desist. I did not do this. And then finally, it pretty much stopped.
Did they intervene at that point and tell him to stop?
I walked away.
Or just seeing you talk to him was enough for him to stop?
So I walked up to them. I was telling them. He also walked up. And then I was like, I told him what happened, and I got out of there. And they were talking to him, and that's when he pretty much finally did stop. So I don't know what they said to him, but he did.
But it stopped at that point because of law enforcement intervention. That
is correct. What he did do after that is he did follow me making a video talking about, Andrew Sheets is running away, and but at least it wasn't right in my face.
Gotcha. And I know he's talking about things that you said, but did he make any overt threats to you or anything during that? Or was he
not
just saying,
that-
oh, you're talking garbage about my
Okay,
daughter? And,
so again, just like you said at the Naples event, incite.
okay.
This one, absolutely freaking incite. It was crazy. Even the people that put on the event said, dude, stop it. It was loud. He was trying to incite. It was bad, really bad.
Okay.
So, okay,
Okay, so now we're going to move to June 27th.
correct.
So you're saying that you have the respondent drove to the respondent's house.
Yes.
So you meant you went to your house?
She wrote it, not me.
Okay, okay, so I get what it's saying.
Yes.
So Snow
Yes.
is driving a silver Kia SUV.
That is
How
correct.
do we determine that?
That is correct. So the way that we know that he came by my house is I came home and I found that there was flyers all over my front yard.
And what were those flyers of?
Those flyers were kind of a political, in my opinion, defamation, slander, a lot of lies in there. And he
Because
threw up.
currently you're running for the office of sheriff here in Charlotte County.
That is correct.
Okay.
Officially, just correct.
Okay.
Officially. Before that, it was a joke.
Right.
And then when I saw nobody was running against him, I went official.
Okay. All right. So on this particular day, you had videotape of somebody in a silver Kia,
That is
which
correct.
unfortunately you didn't get the tag.
My cameras aren't that good. You can make out enough to where the information that we got from somebody else that it's him, it's him.
Okay. And looking at the picture, which you have provided to
That
me,
is correct.
it looks like a white male with his arm out the window. How would you recognize personally that as who you're saying it is Snow?
Okay, so what happened earlier that day was he was at a police event supporting the police. I was not there. I know he was there because it's all over Facebook and YouTube, okay? All right, so I know what he was wearing, black shirt. This guy's got a black shirt. I know that he has a tattoo on his arm with some like flag drape thing coming down it. You can
Like
see
the
that.
United States America flag? that type of
Not.
thing?
It's kind of like a weird draping thing. I don't know how to
But it
explain.
looks like a flag that's waving.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
And that you can see that his arm. He has Facebook pictures, YouTube pictures showing his arms and his tattoos. And we know the time that he drove by was after, like I said, he was
The
posting.
police event?
Yes, he was posting pictures. He was posting videos. So I know when he was there, what he was wearing, and when he left.
So he throws this, which
Yeah.
potentially could be littering. He
Yes.
throws this
Well, it was later.
political propaganda
Correct.
onto your property.
That is
and
correct.
it was basically against you running? Is what it was?
That is correct. Yes.
But you can't recall
Lo-
the exact verbiage of it?
No, because we forgot to bring it here today, which I can get you later.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
we can provide that later. If
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you identify him from the Kia, and how else could you identify this Kia as potentially being his?
Okay, so I contacted somebody else. He has sadly stalked and harassed many people that do what I do, okay? So he chased somebody else with this same exact car with a bullhorn going down the highway, and they got his license plate. I don't know how they got somebody to run it, but they ran it, and that's him.
Have you seen this vehicle anywhere else?
Now that I know that's his car, it probably has been on my cameras, but I did not save it because I didn't know it was him before.
Have you seen it anywhere, like any other addresses that you're aware of that he may be at?
No.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be
Okay,
specific on
yeah.
that. Okay. So now with the June 27th, this is also going to talk about the FWC complaint, which we kind of touched on a little bit.
That is
You said
correct.
So he has officially, from your understanding, filed a complaint with FWC?
Yes, he, in my opinion, falsely, and he did do it falsely. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
We have rats.
Right.
I have rat traps,
Yeah.
and I have a trap for varmints. Okay,
Yeah.
we have fruit trees, we have all that crap.
Okay.
So I trap, and yes, I do put it on YouTube because that's one of the things on YouTube people want to see is people hunting and trapping.
Right, okay, so he made a complaint against
Yes,
you,
he did.
And that's an investigation that's
That is
going on,
correct.
And you haven't heard anything of it? as of yet?
They will not give it to me
Okay.
illegally.
All right, so then after that, around July 22nd was, tell me about the restraining order that you applied with.
All right, so after all this happened, that's when I couldn't take it anymore. I like I said, I did hire a lawyer, and I took him to court for stalking. Do you want me to read the case number?
Yeah, go ahead and read the
Okay,
case
the case number is 20-031163-DRA.
And that's out of what county?
That's in Lee County. So Lee County, when I did submit this to them, they did agree. not an instant injunction, but I could at least take them to court to have my day, because they agreed all this evidence, this is
It's not meeting up to the statute requirement for a restraining order.
No. So they let me go to court because they do agree it does, they wouldn't do the instant injunction, but they do agree I can have my day in court because he's over 3 times of doing insanity, okay?
Now, but is this, I see you have on here, you have it amended on the 30th of July.
That is true. And I will explain that. I forgot to tell you that.
Okay.
That's interesting. So I did apply here twice in Charlotte County, okay? Because some of it happened in Naples, some of it happened. I had a footing to file in Lee County because he lives there, and that's where he's doing the cyber stalking. That's where I had my standing there.
That's where it's originating.
Yes, yeah, okay. So, all right. So, but I did try to file in Charlotte County once on my own. Sadly, this judge I have, in my opinion, I think is discriminatory here. I did stories on her because of what she did to Ian, okay, which half of what he did was wrong, half it was, in my opinion, legal, okay? All right. She denied it. Straight up denied it. And I was like, I was shocked. So then I hired a lawyer. Had the lawyer file the paperwork, okay? I'm like, okay, I got a lawyer. This is true. And there's more evidence. He did more stuff since then. Straight up denied it again. Said we didn't meet any of the standing at all, which is insane. That's a lie, okay? So then, that's when I realized somebody told me I have standing in Lee County. He lives there. That's where he's doing the cyber stalking. File there, and we got it because they agreed. But they didn't issue it. They just let you come in and say your piece. No, that is correct. So they said yes, you have standing, but we didn't get the instant injunction like they do sometimes. Right. But they do say yes, you have enough evidence here. You can come to court. So what are they saying you need to do then? Okay, so we went to court. I went to court with my lawyer. He went there without a lawyer, and it just turned into a circus. And sadly, by himself, and I was denied again. Okay. But can I explain why? Okay. Because we are going to talk about this. This is the good part about what happened in court. I paid for the court recording. It turned into a circus, hour and a half long. Hour and 10 minutes is Gary Snow, and he committed perjury multiple times in court to sway the court. Right. Okay? One of the things he committed perjury on, and I didn't know about, he said I was under investigation here. He brought out these papers and gave them to the judge. I never even got to see them. I never even knew that. I ask you guys all the time, am I under investigation? Because I have the right to know. Yes. Okay? All right. Then I come here and come to find out that was dropped a month ago. Right. Flat out lie perjury to sway the judge. But just preface that this is all in Lee County that you're addressing. That is correct. There's recordings under that number. That is correct. We have the recording. You are correct. We don't want to get sidetracked and talk about that because we want to stay on the harassment here. Got it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Has there been any other videos that you have where he's come by your house or anything, walked by your house or anything? Lately. Within the last year? So yes. Half of his YouTube channel, he has a new one. Half the videos on there are about me. Okay. His Facebook, there's videos all over about me. I will admit in the past, I don't know, maybe 2 months, there hasn't been too much more stuff come out. He did post another one where I lost a case. But like I said, again, where it did continue since that court hearing is, like I said, I found out he filed a false charge here, saying that telling people I told to rape his daughter, which is outrageous. The video clearly states that in the title, that it's not about that. It's about charging him for stalking, harassing, okay? Then, after I did a story on that, which is a public document, his wife came in here and filed a charge against me that because I got the document illegally and didn't ask her if I could do a story about that's a crime. And that's where we're at today. That's when I met with you. That's when you said, this is falling under harassment, which that's what my lawyer said too. Could, depending on all the evidence you show. That is correct. So that's what we're looking at today and discussing all the evidence that you show that there's a continuing pattern. That is correct. And this is what also doesn't make me feel good. Through his history, he's making comments like this, where you can put a dead body. He's got pictures of guns through his history. This picture right here, he's got a gun and he's burning an African flag. There's one thing I forgot to mention to you that made me nervous. About a month ago, he was at a police event down in Fort Myers. And he confronted Black Lives Matter that silently showed up to their event. And he made a video after that talking about how to kill Black Lives Matter members on video.
Okay, so that is documented.
Yes, that's documented too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with this course of conduct,
Correct.
you see weapons and stuff like that.
That is correct. And statements online, I mean, just wow.
Okay. So I think we have everything covered.
Can I mention one more?
Absolutely.
Okay, here's more proof. This is not imaginary. He did it to multiple other people that I know. This has been happening since Chicago. I know, like you said, we got to stay here. But at the same time, too, there's a lawyer that he had to defend of somebody he incited at a rally up in Jacksonville. It's a biography of William Garrett Snow. Did you see that website yet? The website is massive. They investigated him and his background.
Now, who originated that site?
A lawyer did from Jacksonville.
Okay.
That's how bad this guy is. A whole website connected to this lawyer's website talking about William Garrett Snow provocateur. The data in there is insane.
So that's something to review.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Okay. Gotta make sure we got everything covered. So at this time, is there anything you wish to add, change, or delete from what you've just told me?
There is not. If there's any other evidence, I can get you. Like I said, almost everything is on video or on a Facebook page. I can get it all.
Okay. Have we discussed anything off tape that we have not discussed on tape?
Nope.
All right. So at this time, let me make sure I do this correctly. The time is now 12:40 p.m. This will conclude this statement. All right.
Okay, so since I got a couple minutes,
I'm gonna
so
take
okay.
this off. You okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
So because it's all bullshit.
Well, but if it
That's
helps
true.
people, if it helps people to
Did you
feel
hear
safe.
Sheriff Bob's got it? COVID?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
I'm
No,
not laughing at anyone
I
who
think
has
it's
COVID.
funny. When is our sheriff going to get? Hey, so what do they want to know? They want to know about what happened last night. Is that what he was asking you about?
The incident at the library, the polling center, is what.
Oh,
my boss
dude,
wanted to know.
it was
So,
bad.
because I guess a call was generated and he was just inquiring what happened. I'm going to take all this too.
Okay, here's a quick, because I got to get out of here too. Okay, here's a quick. All right, so this is what the journalists, auditors are doing right now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're doing the stuff that the press doesn't do. Okay, you've heard that's my statement, and it's real. Okay, what we're doing is to see if the polls are obeying our right to go to see them opening and or shutting down. It literally states it in the polling things you can and can't do. Yes, 30 pages right there. Underline, you have the right to go there to see them shutting down and to make sure nothing funny's going on.
Well, do they, and in that, do they allow videotaping?
Yes, they do.
It doesn't state
Yes,
that.
they do. What's that?
Or does it state that, or is that
When the
something-
polls are closed, you can record.
Okay.
And I've already my friend that did it up north here, he's already got 2 election supervisors that said yes, and on video they let them. Okay. So anyways, so I gave him. Greg, come on. I didn't do a sneak thing. I got there 15 minutes early, 6:45. I was like, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, you got to wear a mask. I'm like, I don't have to because of a medical condition. And they're like, show me your medical papers. I'm like, you're stupid. You can't ask that.
Right.
So anyways, so they're freaking out. So I'm there at 6:45. They close at 7. I'm waiting for the voters to leave, telling them that what I'm there for. I even have it printed out.
Yeah.
So I give her the paper, and she's like, she's freaking out. She's like, she took my paper, ran into the back room, left me standing there for 15 minutes. All of a sudden, I see a whole line of people coming out from the voting room. It was all the workers. And I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? Do I get to go in? I look down the hallway, and they freaking closed the door and locked it.
Right.
So I went up to the door. The door has a crack in it. So I'm trying to get, footage through the door and with the body camera. What's going on? They're running around like, I'm going to say it again like I did in the video, like freaking cockroaches, like they're doing something illegal. I mean, if you watch the video, it'll make you think something might be going on.
Right.
So I'm at the door. Finally, under duress, I said, okay, I will put my mask on. So I put my mask on. I said, please let me in. I have my mask on. I have the right to be here. Still wouldn't let me in. That's when I called the police, and what happened? Oh, after, you know, I'm watching them through the crack, and they can hear me. I'm talking through the crack, okay? They hear me, they know I'm recording.
Are they acknowledging you or?
Nope. It was unbelievable. And they're on the phone constantly, I think with Paul. Like I said, I got Paul today threatening me when I was making the complaint.
Right.
So anyways, all of a sudden, I'm right here by the door. They can hear him right next to the door. There's a guy and a woman in there. The guy freaking bashes the door right into me. Luckily, I didn't get bodily harm, but it did hit the camera, knocked my camera down. It hit it so hard, it did mess up. Luckily, just that little piece of the video, it does 10-minute segments, and I can't fix it. I'm trying to, I even gave it to you guys to see if you guys could repair it, because it's on there. Luckily, I had audio backup, so at least I have the audio so you can hear it. So, you know, I have a technique where I put audio with the video, so at least you're looking at something. Correct. Then after that, you know, I called my friend, told him what happened, and they finally opened the door, and he's like, you know, our boss said you can come in now. I said, it's a little bit too late. You just freaking closed. You violated my rights. And then he's like, okay, fine, you don't got to come in then. And then I was like, wait a minute, I do want to come in. Then my friend was on the phone. He's like, fuck that. Get out of there. You got what you need. I already did call voter fraud hotline. The lawyer's going to call me back. It was bad. Then I come outside. I'm waiting for the cops. They come outside. I ask them for their names. They won't tell me their names. Then I was like, you have to wait. The cops are coming. Wouldn't listen to me. The one guy with the truck, the guy that hit me with the door, he almost did a burnout leaving. It was so bad. And then, isn't that weird? Right when they leave, that's when the cops show up. And I couldn't show them anything because it's on a body camera without a screen.
Right.
So
but you've already filed that report though, right?
I have filed that, you know, and he's, you know, that's when they both said, you know, just send it to us on YouTube and then we'll look at it. And it's long, but it's there, and absolutely violated the law and assaulted me. So this is nuts. And then Paul makes a threat today when I'm filing the complaint with them.
Right.
Jesus, what is going on?
I can't tell you what's going on there because I don't know.
All right, something bad is going on. Okay, and by the way, Skidmore, he's the one that told me about this. Do you know what they did to him?
No.
He was at that library. And if you don't, they supposedly said if you don't wear a mask, you can't come in. That is a lie. You can come in. Everybody else is wearing a mask as long as you stay 6 feet away, okay? Right. They made him vote outside, took his ballot, and took it inside. How does he know it was scanned?
Yeah, that's our
illegal. You can't do that. And it gets worse. Guess what I also got on video? They're talking about how if you get a temperature of 100 degrees, they're making you stay outside. How do you know it's COVID? He could have just got off of chemo or have AIDS. Right. You freaking racist bastard. So, anyways, and then they're doing the mask thing, right? They actually let me in there one time without a mask. Right. And now they're
the one over here.
No. That one did let me in there before without a mask because they know that it's not a law. Right. Okay, and medical reasons. Okay, but so what am I trying to say? So yeah, I got them on. This is what they're doing. They have government phones. If they make you stand outside to do your ballot, in my opinion, illegally, that's discrimination. They are taking a government phone, filming you, giving it to them. 2 of them are together. They walk to the polling area, walk inside the polling area, and scan it. Guess what you can't do in the polling area?
Videotape.
Exactly. They fucking violated the law again. Is that awesome? You should hire me.
All right, Andrew.
Oh, man.
You know what the procedure's going to be at this point? Is I'm going to compile it all together, everything together, and I'm going to send it to the state for them, you know, for a summons.
Right.
I'm going to send it for them. So it's going to be in their hands now to make a determination on whether they want to prosecute or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once they determine, they give it whatever they're going to do after reviewing it, then if it's just a summons, they can just summons in court. If it comes out to like a warrant or whatever, because it's a misdemeanor, then that's up to a judge to sign off on the warrant. Right.
All right, and I'm not the only one, and like I said, I will send you the link later. But yeah, they're literally the lawyer in Jacksonville. I think this was like a year plus ago. Made a biography of this guy. It's so bad. Right. So, anyways, all right, man.
Okay.
All right, I gotta get to work. You have a good day.
Get to work. I'll make some money.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care.
Yeah, I gotta pay taxes for the sheriff, right?
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH. I am using any video here under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.